first two pages of Carol of the Bells. Notice one thing. At the bottom of the second page, where the left hand is playing these chords, this is starting at Hark to the Bells. Okay, so your chords are D and A, D and B natural, D and C, and then they have you doing this, D and C sharp. Some dissonance is fine in these pieces, but to me that is just too much. So instead of playing that C sharp, because that's this, okay? I've never seen that combination of harmonies in any other version of this song. So instead of doing the D and C sharp, we're going to return to this. Okay, so in other words, it's D and A, D and B, D and C, and back down to D and B. And that finishes off the second page. So that's one change that we will be making. That C sharp is just, that's too much. Okay, so first page, easy peasy. Both hands are in D position. Left hand is playing 5 and 1. Right hand is just playing this repeated pattern over and over. Notice the left hand is tied. You just hold it. Now we're at the double bar on line 2. That was the intro. Now the song starts, so we continue Hark to the Bells. Same thing. Now we're at the end of line 3. Right hand stays exactly the same. Left hand comes up. You're going to put your thumb on this D. It's kind of like being in middle C position where the thumbs have to share middle C. In this case, the thumbs are sharing middle D. Of course, they're not actually going to be sharing. So your right hand, you're still doing this, okay? But at the moment that the left hand has to play this D, the right hand is playing F. So you're fine, okay? So it's this, okay? Then we continue. The left hand just steps down to C, and again to B flat, one more time to A. Again, that's from D to C to B flat to A. Okay? Now at the top of the second page, the left hand is going to do basically the same thing, except we add an extra note. So we do the D again, okay? But we're going to add a B flat. Next measure, this is measure 2 at the top of the second page. The left hand is going to go to C just like it did before, but we're going to add A, so it's fingers 2 and 4. Left hand is going to go to B flat just like before, but we're also going to add finger 5 on G right here, so. And at the beginning of the next line, the left hand is going to go to A again, but we're going to move down to play a D minor 5th, D and A. So again, those 4 measures at the top of the second page. Now, if you want to continue on page 2, the right hand for the next 4 measures is still doing this, okay? The left hand is going to go back and forth between this same D minor 5th, D and A, and G and B flat. You're going to do this and then this, and then this. So it's at the beginning of, so we're on page 2, at the beginning of the second line, it's this. Third line, same thing. We're just going back and forth. Now, if If you want to continue to the bottom of the second page, left hand stays where it is. And the left hand, again, that D minor fifth, okay, starts there. And on the bottom line, we take the thumb up one to be natural. Then we take the thumb up one more to C. And then remember, we talked about this at the beginning. We're bringing the thumb back down to be natural instead of playing that ugly C sharp. Okay? The right hand, for the first time, is moving away from this. Now we're going to go up to A and play this. The music says to play A with finger 4. I think that feels awkward and weird. I suggest playing that A with finger 3. Then you're dealing with 3 very strong fingers and it will feel very comfortable. And we're going to have to move your hand anyway when we get to the top of the third page. So I would say when you move away from this, just because you're used to that, I would move up to A with finger 3. So you're doing the same thing. So these last 4 measures of the second page, left hand in that D minor fifth, D and A, it's this. Left hand goes up 1, left hand goes up 1, left hand goes down 1. So I think you can learn both pages for next time. And we should also experiment with pedal. Pedal will help to smooth it out. It's tricky in this song because the right hand is doing this all the time. And when you add pedal to that, it gets very muddy very quickly. So pedal for you this week is optional. It's obviously most important to learn the notes. And so you choose pedal or no pedal. And we can add pedal next time.